Okay guys, now we're gonna talk about while loops. We talked earlier about the different kinds of loops. We talked about the for loop, and we said for loop is a count loop, meaning we know how many times it's gonna loop, and it's usually used to count in ascending or descending from 1 to 10, 10 to 1, or whatever numbers we needed. There's free videos on that. Please check them and write them. While loop, we said it's a trigger event loop. And what do we mean by trigger event? It waits for an event. We might not know when it ends. It might not have a exact number. Like we don't know it's gonna loop 10 iteration, 20 iteration, or 15. It depends on a trigger, on an event. Something's gonna happen. For example, enter -1 from the keyboard. Whenever the loop will exit, whenever you enter -1 on the keyboard. And we showed how we can make a for loop like that by giving an empty loop and doing a break. But when we have this situation, it's better to use a while loop. But I can make a while loop as a for loop. For example, we had a for loop, and remember, every loop needs 3 things. What are they? First one is initial value. Initial value. Where am I gonna start from? Integer I equals 10. Or let's make it 100. Semicolon, be careful. And then the condition. First was the initial value, condition or stop value. Where am I gonna stop? Do I want to count from 100 to 50? So now 100 is what? My initial value. 50 is my condition, where I need to stop at. The loop needs to stop at. And I'm gonna be decrementing, not incrementing, which is the update, the third thing. So I have my initial value 100, my condition, let's say I greater or equal 50. I'm gonna loop until this condition is not true. So whenever we get 49, this condition becomes not true, and we're gonna do an update, meaning I'm gonna decrement I minus. This is the third thing any loop needs. And remember, think of it. If we take the decrement, I start with integer I equal 100, and I'm gonna go to 50. It's never gonna stop. It's gonna keep looping if I don't have an update. Even if I don't have a condition, it's not gonna stop. And we took some examples on that. How can I convert that while loop into that for loop into a while loop? I'll say while. What's the condition? I is greater or equal 50, and I'll do the body of the while loop, and here I can do anything, and here I'll say I minus, decrementing it. And what am I missing here? My initial value, which is integer I equals 1, let's say, or 100, sorry, because I'm decrementing. So what's gonna happen here? I have I equals 100. I'm gonna start with I equals 100 while this expression, this is an expression, or let's say condition. While this condition is true, I'm gonna go and do what's inside the while loop. What do we want it to do? Let's say count from cout. Let's say I cout. Should I? Okay, let's put an how many times is it? 50. Okay, let's leave space. I was gonna put an end line, but I don't want. I want to show you the whole output on the screen. So cout end line, and let's have here cout end line. Here we go. Save. This is gonna work. Okay, now we compile. Compile is like doing build in Visual Studio. It's the same code. Don't let this confuse you guys. I'm gonna do G++ -o, and Gaith is my output file. I want it, and my name of my file is L.cpp. I compile that file. Good, it ran without any errors. I run that file now, which is doing exactly as if you do run without debugging in Visual Studio. Here I'm going from 100, 99, 98, 79, 95. But here's an important thing. Don't think of loops as just counters, just to count. Think of them. The main reason for them is repeating code. I want to repeat this part of code inside the body of this while loop 50 times. I want to repeat it until something happens, a trigger, an event that happens. So let's take another example on this one, and let's say here we can do a really nice thing. Instead of putting the if statement inside the while loop, I can put it here. Say and, let's say I mod 5 do this. Do you think this is gonna work? Equals 0. Is this gonna keep looping? Think of it. Why and why not? I'm starting with 100 and I'm checking, is I greater than 50? Yes, it's greater. And remember, and both of those have to be true. 100 mod 5 equals 0. 100 mod 5 equals 0. Is that true? True. True. I'm gonna output this. But what happens if it's false? Now it's decremented. 99, is it greater than 50? Yes, true. 99 mod 5, does it equal 0? Yes, so what happens? It exits the loop. It exits the loop. So how are we gonna, let's check it and see what is it gonna do. What do you think? It's gonna print only one, I think 100 only, but here 100. See why? Because it's exited the loop on 100. What can I make a condition that can be true? What if we do or is gonna do it, but is it gonna print me the odd and even number? No, but in this we can use, the best way is to use nested loops, and I'll explain nested loops hopefully after we finish loops. But let's see a condition, and let's see what can I do. And what, we took an example on this. Okay, I'm gonna give you this example. This is a really good example. We're gonna use it in the one next. This is while loops, and we know what happens if one of those is missing. Let's say I want to enter a grade of a student and test if it's between 0 and 100. If it's not between 0 and 100, I have to re-enter that grade. So it's like checking the boundary of a CN amount. Let's say I'm gonna CN a grade. So we need to declare this grade, integer grade, and if for some reason the user might what, input a value that is not in range of the grade that I want, which is 0 to 100. Please enter a grade oh no, let's do \n and let's close this. I'll say while grade, and I'm gonna show you how we use it, is less than 0, and I'll have or grade, oh let's see, and guys be careful from the and or, it makes a big difference. Think of it, if I put and here, is it gonna be ever true? A number always less than 0 and greater than 100? No way. So it's not gonna enter. So here I'll say while grade, and let's say less than 0 or greater than 100. What do I do? See, print an error message, see out. Let's say error \n, see out grade not in range, and I want to keep repeating this while the grade is not in range. If we had an if statement, and the if statement will check if the grade is in range or not, an if statement will do it only one time, and we're gonna see that in the next example we're gonna do. Now I'll do cout, and now I'll do cin, input the grade again, semicolon, and here I'm just gonna print an output message saying, well, a grade, that's the grade I inputted, and here end line. So here, okay, that's good. Let's see. Compile, run, grade, okay, misspelling in grade. Save. Let's compile, run, and let's keep putting, no, 0, 108, error, grade not in range. Okay, I need 1 minute. I want to go out. I want to make it look better. Let's make them 2. And here I'll have cout enter the grade, \n, double quote, semicolon, and let's see what's gonna happen here. This looks better. And if you, okay, now see here, it's not like a for loop. I had an initial value. This is my initial value, which is going to be entered here. I have my condition where a loop should stop or keep going, and I have my update is going to be what? Also this initial value. Think of it as update. This is initial value, and here's my condition still. So always look for 3, and this is my update increment or decrement depending update. Okay, let's compile, run, and enter a grade 108. Error, grade not in range. Re-enter the grade. Let's put -10. For some reason you put grade not in range. Re-enter 1000. And let's say now I didn't. Okay, 100. I should have put it equal. No, it should take 100. Let's see. 100 took it. The grade was right. So this is one of the uses, and we're gonna take some more uses in the next lecture. But now let's go back to the other types of loops. We said we had for loops, we have while loops, and we have the do while loops. And here's the do while, and I have the body of the do, and I'll have while, here's the condition, and I'll have a semicolon here. Comes with a semicolon while loop, really important. Can I do it as we did in a for loop? Integer I equals 10. Do okay. Do see out I, and let's do end line. And here I'm gonna do see out end line, and I have to put the update. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, we're back. Y integer I equals 10. See out I, and here we can, let's do it increment. I don't want to go to 0. I want to go to I is while I is less than 25. Or we can put equal, whatever we want, and we can use the and or. So here let's do save. I'm doing see after I. Okay, let's compile it. Clear, and here I'm gonna do compile, run, and here I have from 10 till 25. We can change it, play around with it, and say well, I plus equal 3. And what is this gonna give us? Let's see. Save. Okay. Gave us 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25. Multiple of 3, and we can do more changes on it where I can make it print this. See out what? Can we do that? What do you think? Can I do this? And let's see. But I don't want you to confuse it with. Okay, so no, we don't confuse it with the I. I want to do here saying this is the increment. Integer main, integer, and unresolved function type. Invalid operands type integer. Okay, so to binary operator. Okay, it's not gonna take it. It's not gonna even take it's not gonna even take the I equals I plus 3. Yeah, it's not gonna. If I had I plus 3 it would take it, but this it won't take it. So let's see here. Okay, and I'll do, it's gonna give us the same error. It didn't like it. How can I do it? It's gonna be the same as doing I, but let's do I plus 3, and let's have the increment here. I plus equal 3. And this is just thinking of it as a loop, and usually the do while we don't use it this way. I'm going to show you how it's used. Usually it's used in menus. When I have menus and options, and I want to keep repeating the options until exits, let's say for example, is entered. P10, 13, 16 is printing each time the value of the increment. Now what do I mean by this is more used in menus? Okay, 1 minute. Let's leave the do. I don't need this. And let's take that part out. And now the while condition is gonna. Okay, I'm gonna say do print. Well, 1, let's say, or enter a for addition. And this is a menu. See out, enter a for addition. I have \n, see out to enter b for subtraction. Oh, let's make it S. A for addition, S for subtraction, and I can have the division, multiplication, and all that, but I just want to show you this. See out, I can say what here, 3, E, enter, B, 2, exit, \n, and here I say or choice. Here it will say choice show, and let's declare it here as character because it's gonna determine character choice. and we don't need to give it an initial value, I don't think so. If it was a while, we need to see in choice while what I can say here, while choice, I want to do it again. What if you put an invalid input? While choice doesn't equal A, or choice capital letter doesn't equal S, and here doesn't equal A, and to include while choice doesn't equal A or choice doesn't equal S, to okay, now we'll come back to the small letter. I wanted to show you something, but let's see. Oh, it's not gonna do anything if it's not error. Okay, that's the error I was gonna talk about, and I didn't do it on purpose. It's just an error that I did. In an if statement, guys, I've saw lots of you that put A and S, and they put the character equal. We can't. Remember, characters take single quote, and if I was comparing a string, what do I put here? Double quotes. Be careful, guys, of that. Be careful. And here I can do see out. Here let's do it in a good way. So here I'll do a switch statement on my case is gonna be on choice. I was gonna do just a regular see out, but I want to finish the whole, and here I can say case what? Case A character, and I can put it also case what? A small. I don't know if I should have done this. I don't want to complicate it and you get confused, but let's put this here for now, and case S capital, and case S small. This is gonna be subtraction. So this, in this case, I'm gonna do what? See out the addition operation, but now I'm just gonna, because we don't have any numbers and I don't want to go and enter numbers, we'll do the addition, and we'll do a break, and here I'm gonna do the S. This will take both cases when we do it that way. Subtraction backslash n and break, and not to confuse you, I can comment this, but here, and I'm gonna comment it so we don't, and I'll come back to it, and here I'm just gonna do see out well the choice. Okay, choice O end line, and save, and let's compile and run it. Clear. Enter A for addition. Say A while do this while What did I put the condition as? S. Did I put it as and or? While choice doesn't equal A or choice doesn't equal S, do this. So why is it doing it? Why is it going in again? Do choice or. Let's see, let's comment this part now. Oh, is it my brain not working anymore, or no, it's right. While this doesn't equal A, while it's true doesn't equal A, we keep doing it. Okay, so why did it do it with an A? Let's see. I think it's my brain. Enter A for addition. Okay, let's enter A. While it doesn't equal A and it doesn't equal S. Okay. Okay. That was the error I talked about and told you not to fall in it, and but think of it, how many videos did I give you today? This is the 4th video plus the grading. So let's see this. I'm gonna change this and it should work. And I'm gonna change it to an and here we can add the A small and A and S small. Compile, run. Let's do B, not a choice K, not a choice R, not a choice 8, not a choice A small. It's not going to be a choice. When I do A, it's going to output A. But now if I go back here, think of it as the same as we did in a while loop. But in a do while, it will do the body of the do while at least once, even if the condition was false. It will do it. Like here, if I input A, even I inputted A and the condition was true the first time, it's still. In a while, no. We first check the condition and then do the body. Here we do the body first and then check. So we're gonna get at least one iteration or one loop before it checks and exit if it was false. So let's do this. Save, and I'm gonna implement that in the next example where we did the calculator. Remember, we did it in an if statement. Okay. We have a switch. Subtraction, and let's put it from the first time as capital, and it's this is I just put it like that so it If we add a subtraction, we'll go do a subtraction. Okay guys, the video after this one is going to be on a while and do while. It's really important, and the one after that is also important. Please guys, pay attention to it. 2 more important videos after this. This is lecture 10.3.